Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are Adam and Ollie, and today we have a very special Polestar. It's actually the most popular car that Polestar make. Ollie's over here today. What were you excited to see today, Ollie?
I am super excited to take out the Polestar 4 on an honest UK test drive. On top of that, I've got some features I want to share with you that not many people talk about when it comes to the Polestar 4, and I'm going to tell you the whole reason why this car has no rear window. If that sounds good, keep watching. Just to let you guys know, we release an episode every single Friday. Next week, we check out the brand new Hyundai Santa Fe plug-in hybrid. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that episode. Now, if you haven't heard of Polestar, they began in 1996 as Flash Engineering, running Volvo touring cars. In 2005, it became Polestar Racing. Shortly after, they launched the tuning arm Polestar Performance. Volvo Cars bought the performance division in 2015, while the race team continued separately as Cyan Racing. Then in 2017, Volvo and Geely Holding created Polestar as a standalone electric performance brand. Today, Polestar Automotive Holding UK PLC is owned roughly 44% by PSD Investment, 22% by Geely, 16% by Volvo, and 18% by public shareholders. Now you're up to date.
Right, let's talk about the thing that everyone loves talking about with this car, and let's get it out of the way, and it is the fact that there's no rear window. So we're just going to run through all the things why it's not got a rear window.
Firstly, you get a bigger panoramic sunroof. It finishes behind my head, more light and more headspace.
This allows you to have reclinable rear seats in the back.
It's safer too. Adam, tell them why.
Because the weight-bearing structure is further back, protecting your rear passengers.
Another safety feature, you get a rear view camera on the back, which means you get increased visibility and a wider field of view. Okay, let's talk about some stats with this Polestar 4 then. We have got 536 brake horsepower. That is insane. That is a 0 to 62 in 3.7 seconds. And we'll have a little go with that later and do a launch. You've got a 94 kilowatt hour battery that's usable, and that gives you 367 miles of range. That's what it says on the website at the moment. For reference, we've got 95%, and that says 268 miles that we've got. One really cool feature is the one motor disconnect. So this is all-wheel drive, but when you put it in range mode and you're pottering around town or you're doing 70 mile an hour, light foot on the motorway, it will disconnect the front axle and that motor and just drive rear-wheel drive, which is great because it will save you on your range, and that's a really cool feature. And all you need to do is all automatically, it will do it itself, put it in range, drive sensibly, and there you go, you can save with your efficiency.
Let's be real here. Polestar is in real trouble. In the first half of 2025, they reported a huge loss of $1.19 billion. And most of that came from a non-cash write-down, which basically means the Polestar 3 that they built isn't worth what they hoped. It's like spending big on a project and then realising it's not going to pay off. On top of that, Polestar is juggling billions in debt, trying to renegotiate loans just to stay stable. But there is a bit of hope. Sales jumped 84%, their profit margins finally turned positive, and they have secured nearly $1 billion in new funding. Polestar isn't safe yet, but it's not game over, not if they can keep this momentum.
All right, I'm excited to show you around this car because it is a little bit different, and we haven't actually reviewed a Polestar before, so it is a new experience for us, and we really like the look of this car. So you'll have to let us know your first impressions of the car down in the comments below. Let's start off with the front of this car. What do you reckon, Ollie?
I think it's a gorgeous looking car. Such an art
Do
form.
you though? Are you being honest?
No, I am.
Are you being truthful?
I'm being 100% truthful. I love
Good.
how they've split the headlights on this. No other Polestar car has these, apart from obviously the 5, which is brand new, but it just looks, look at this low nose, and that's for aero as well. So the proportions and the style of the car, it's sleek, it's so stylish. I love it, modern.
It's very sleek.
Come
Go
here,
on.
you've got these beautiful air curtains as well, so there's so much to do with this design about aero. So it comes down here, got the low front nose, sweeps up here, and then these aero blades, we'll talk about the aero blades. Let's talk about the side first, Adam, and the wheels.
You're getting carried away here.
We're getting carried away.
Come on, let's move on to these wheels, because look at the absolute size of these. I feel like they're going to get curbed. What do you reckon?
There is a curb. We'll show you the scratch. They've already been curbed. We spoke to Polestar, they showed us. But anyway, 22-inch rims, custom P0 tyres on there, extra sticky. This is the performance pack. It's got £4,000 for it. We'll tell you exactly what you get. But a big tell is the gold caps, the 4-piston Brembo brakes. That, I would hang this 22-inch forged on my wall because it's super light.
It is a really
It's a
nice
good-looking
design. I like
wheel.
that. Coming down the side, you've got the Polestar 4 stickers with the 100 kilowatt with the charging, and just these door handles pop out. They are very sleek, very nice.
It's interesting because there's a 100 kilowatt hour battery, but actually usable is 94 kilowatt hour.
Good to know.
Come down here.
Polestar line on the side of the car.
Yeah. Look at this. That is an aero
What's that
blade.
for?
So when the air comes down the side of the car, kicks this and it carries on. That helps with range. Polestar are very big into their aero performance, and I love to see that, and they feel really decent and durable as well.
Let's talk about the rear, because it is actually a really nice looking thing. I think in a black, for me, it'd look a lot better. I'm not sure about this blue. What do you reckon?
So this blue is called Electron. It's a £1,000 option. It's okay, it's very Scandinavian, and they use very pastel, dulcet tones that reflect the Nordic landscape. So you've got beiges, Electron, so it's a pastel blue. It looks pretty good. I don't mind it. I don't know if I'd spec it, but at night time the light bar is awesome. Just comes alive when you see these at night.
Definitely. Everything's very well thought out with Polestar. So again, let us know what you think about it in the comments. Pause on the video just to share with you some of our latest links. We've got some exclusive members content for you. So we're going to bring brand new lease deals and some car news for you, and some exclusive shorts as well. We've also got a brand new Patreon. So if you want your name featured in our videos, please sign up and follow the link in the description, as well as some brand new merch. We've got some cool designs I want you to check out and let us know what you think.
Now, I always try and find things that no one else knows, so I want to share this with you because you might not know this. The Polestar logo is the North Star, a symbol of guidance. And in Swedish, North Star translated means Polestarjanen, which I probably absolutely butchered, but that means a pure and simple approach.
Okay, what's it like to drive a little bit quicker? We'll put it in performance mode. I'm going to use my shortcut button. Performance mode, let's give it a jab on the accelerator. Oh my goodness! Whoa, that's quick! That is, my God, that is quick. And you know what? I've put the steering feel into firm. I've got to say, it is so impressively alert. Tiniest little movements, and the whole car moves with me. It's like being in a spaceship or a rocket where it just feels like one. And wow, that acceleration is pretty impressive, isn't it? I really want to do a launch in a moment just to see what it's like from a stationary position, but oh my goodness. As we come around this left-hand corner, it's so easy to position on the road. Oh my God, this is good. And you know what, for a biggish car, it doesn't really feel too big when you're driving it, because the car kind of feels so complete and balanced and put together well, that it just gives you so much confidence to drive it. And it just feels ready and alert at all times. It stays so composed and flat. At the moment, we've got it in all these settings. Let's put it into firm suspension as well. Make it, because we took those potholes pretty well. And I was like, hang on a minute, are we in the right firm suspension? Right, we are now. We're in firm handling, performance mode. Everything, systems go, foot down, we're off. Oh my goodness, oh Lord, holy monkey, what a weapon. This is a weapon, you can feel it now. Everything's just tightened up, just stays so flat and taut. I'm feeling all the lumps and bumps in the road with these 22-inch forged rims, but oh my goodness, car is a machine. This is fantastic. Then we've got a little bit of a hump here. Oh my God, wow. Doing that, all I want to do now is find some more country roads. That was so much fun, so much fun. Okay, so for those people that want to know about the regen, in the Polestar 4, you've got the one pedal driving. It's fantastic. On this display, you can see here, I've got off, low and standard. You can do that through the infotainment, or the shortcut is literally pressing the plus button on this one-piece molded plastic here. If I press that plus on the top on the left side of my steering wheel, I can now flick through off, low and standard. Standard is the most harsh, and when I lift off, I can really feel the car harvesting that energy back into the battery. So no paddles with the Polestar 4 that you get in other electric cars, but you know what? It works really well, and I love their infotainment and the display, and it showcases really well just how everything works. There you go, you can see showing the electric motors with your 3 different settings. Let's talk about boot space. 526 litres, cool button there just under the light bar. Opens up, we've got a big wide opening. It's quite shallow in terms of height. This is a cool little feature. So if you've got a dog and you want to see it when you're in there, you can just pull this down like that, and then you can see the cool little material there, and then put it back up when you don't need it, and that looks good at night time when the backlight hits that inside the cabin. Now, 526 litres, but 31 litres in this cubby down here. You can put your cables, you know, your first aid stuff, your high-vis jacket, which all Polestar 4 wearers will have to wear if you own one. This is an adjustable boot floor as well, so you can slide it down there. You've got a netted area, a power outlet, some tethered points. You're going to have to let me know whether 526 litres is big enough for you. Let me know in the comments.
Right, Ollie, show me this enormous frunk it's got.
Let's find out. Does it have a frunk? Cool.
There's a lot of plastic.
I was going to say that, a lot of plastic, but check it out. 15 litres, Adam.
What is that? Why is it so small?
Hey, 15 litres is 15 litres. You could put cables in there, you could put your laptop in there, you could put anything in there. You let me know what you'd put in there in the comments, guys. Is that enough?
I don't know about that.
I've got Adam with me in the back. One really important thing is comfort levels for the rear passenger. Adam, speak.
Right, let me give you my honest review of the back seat of this Polestar 4 and just start off with my leg room. See, my knee room, I've actually got loads and loads and loads and loads of knee room. There's a lot of knee room there. So if you're tall, you can have no issues at all. This pillar here is a little bit low. So for tall people, if you move your head a lot, you might hit it, but that's about it. Nice big sunroof here. So I've personally got enough headroom, but if you're very tall, you might struggle a little bit. And let me just talk about what it feels like on the suspension, and it does feel quite soft actually. The ride is pretty good. There is absolutely no complaints there. My only complaint is there's no grab handles above me here. That's a bit annoying. When I'm in the back, I like to just have a little grab rail, something to hold on to. But this does come with some ventilation here. Materials are all very nice, a bit of ambient lighting. This is your window control there. Down here you've got a little screen down here, your temperature controls and your heated seat and stuff like that. So that is pretty good to see, and there's also a couple of USBs under there, so that's nice that you've got lots of ventilation in the back. In the middle here, you just pull this little toggle here. It does take quite a hard pull, but you have got reclining seats on here, which is very nice. A little tray here, and your cup holders are just on the back there, so that's pretty good. This is quite a substantial middle column, so it's quite a good armrest. And the rear bit here, you don't really notice that, to be honest. You're definitely going to get used to it, but overall the cabin is quite airy. It's not a very tall car, so you haven't got loads and loads of room, but what I can say is visibility is quite good. Like, you can actually see the road in front of you. You're not going to get motion sickness. You can see around the seat, and you know I like that when it's in the car. So yeah, that's my review of the back.
Let's talk about some of the negatives then. Firstly, the price of the car. I know it's a cool car and a lot goes into it, but 65k. All right, and I think the one under this, if you just want a single motor rear wheel drive, is about 58k. That's a lot of money. If you want to PCP it, you've got to find the equity. And speaking to the PR reps, 80% of Polestar's business is all business fleet. What does that tell you? Fancy executive company cars is where the majority of these cars are going, not many private owners. So it's a bit hard to get into because it's a really lovely car. Again, center console. All right, this is a big thing with Adam. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the design of it. He just thinks it's not as pretty as the rest of the car. That's his opinion. There is a volume knob, which does the volume. All right, great, brilliant. Thanks for giving us that. So yeah, the price, center console, and that rotary knob. Let's talk about charging with the Polestar 4 then. It can accept a max charge of 200 kilowatts. Fast charge 10 to 80%. You're looking at around 30 minutes if you find a fast charger. Wallbox at home, 7 kilowatt, you're looking 0 to full from around 14 hours to 17 and a half hours to get that full. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, a couple of things I really like since driving the car for a while is that driver display. The data is so big. In some of the other cars we've been in, BYD, Xpeng, the data's really small when it comes to the driver display. Yeah, their infotainment's okay, but this is brilliant. It's just big, crisp and clear. And I can have literally my sat nav in front of me on there as well. Can change it up. I can have it minimalistic, and the adaptive cruise control works really well with these buttons. I can see that on here. And then also you can then press it again, go through. So good levels of customization. And get this, I really love, I'll give it a boot, hang on. Whoa. Oh, grip is insane. Grip is insane. The other thing I love, every time I look out and see the wing mirrors, it's a piece of art. They're frameless. I don't know if that helps with the aero. It must do, right? It's Polestar. But they just look really fancy. Just not seeing a big thick rim around the wing mirror just looks cool. So every time I look in there, I think it's like being in an art gallery. So yeah, all this and this, really good. Okay, I'm gonna reel off all of the things you get with the performance pack, which is $4 grand. Let's go. 22-inch forged rims, which is stronger and lighter. Custom made, sticky Pirelli P0 tyres with gold capped and Swedish gold 4-piston Brembo calipers.
Swedish gold seat belts, look at those.
ZF continuously controlled dampers, so adaptive suspension. You get something called the Polestar engineered chassis, which means upgraded, stiffer springs and stiffer anti-roll bars too.
Now, believe it or not, around 80% of Polestar cars don't even make it to someone's driveway. They get snatched up by fleet and corporate buyers before you can even say Scandinavian minimalism. So your typical Polestar driver, think
company car warrior, lease deal hunter, and people who got talked into a salary sacrifice EV scheme because it'll save you loads on car tax, mate. These aren't hardcore eco heroes either, they're strategic operators. Polestar basically skipped the old school showroom chat, went straight to the big fleet bosses with a PowerPoint and a dream, and somehow they keep selling them.
So some of you will be wondering, what's the suspension like in the Polestar 4? And it's a good question because this one has got the ZF adaptive suspension, continually controlled suspension's called. And what I love, this is great, I don't think many cars have a display. So if I click here, you can simply see, so you've got standard, 3 settings, really simple. This is your softest on standard. You have nimble, and when I click this, you'll see the car move, and then obviously you've got firm. At the moment we're in standard, and to be honest with you, with these big 22-inch rims, it's been soaking up the lumps and bumps really well. No problems at all. When you put it in firm, this car literally just stays as one. You're going to feel it. So if you're going to use the firm setting, be careful if you're going to go down a really bad road with a lot of potholes, because you're going to feel it. But what I really love is just how visual Polestar have made this, because not everyone may know when you say, oh yeah, it's got adaptive suspension, it's got different modes, you're like, oh yeah, okay, but you can actually see the wheel in the wheel arch move with that display and how much you're going to get. Obviously standard looks the best and the most comfortable, so we're going to leave it on that for the time being. Okay, when jumping into the Polestar 4, visibility, right? There's no rear window. Me and Adam spoke to you about why that is. It does take a bit of getting used to, and the interior mirror here, all I had to do was, because I've angled it really close to my face, because before when it was over here, like you would have it in a normal car, I was kind of looking and it was blurring my vision because you have to kind of get used to it. But what I found a lot better for me is just angle it as close as possible to my face, and it's so much easier and I can see everything. It's wider field of view, and by doing that I can just see so much better, and it's not as blurry as soon as I quickly look. And I think with anything you just get used to it over time, and it works really well. What I do love is the front bonnet. The bonnet is great, so you don't see much of the central part, but it flicks up at the edge, so you've got this beautiful reference crease, so you can see exactly where to place it in the road, because it's a long car, it's quite wide, but it gives you so much confidence because you can place it exactly where you want it. And because of the cameras and because of the tech, I'm really enjoying my experience so far with the Polestar 4.
Right, let's come on in and have a little look around the interior of this car, because look at his face. You really, actually you don't look that impressed.
No, I am impressed.
You are impressed, right?
Yes.
Let's turn you around so you can have a little look and we can explore this piece together. Go on, hit me.
Mate, that was a massive slam of that door. Come on, hit me.
It's got to be shut.
I've got to say, the materials in here do feel pretty premium. I mean, these are tailored knit seats, check it out.
Tailored knit?
Yeah.
I've not heard of that before. It looks like my jumper.
Do you know what? It does take inspiration from fashion elements. It's 100% recycled from PET, which is kind of big in the industry, but real leather nappa as well. They use actual leather, which is great.
Leather. I love that they use real leather. And why do they use real leather, Ollie?
Well, because leather is still pretty sustainable, right? If we're going to still eat the cow, then we should use the skin.
Leather is the byproduct, isn't it? So it's still sustainable. So go on then, what does the steering wheel feel like?
Mate, massive, lovely. You've got an old school ring there, which rally drivers used to use for orientation, because when you're rally driving and you're moving the steering wheel, that always allows you to know which is the top half.
I mean, I don't think you're going to be rallying this car,
mate.
But
mate, all-wheel drive, I'd shut up. Because
anyway, 2 screens. Look at that. You got a nice little screen there to show you your range. That gives you a little bit of an indication on how much range to expect.
Well, we can talk about that, because 367 miles of range is what they say this one can get. And that's 96% and says 271. So we're a little bit off.
Already that's 100 miles off the original quoted figure. So yeah, we'll have to see what our efficiency is a little bit later on. But what I do love is this massive display in the middle. It looks like a brand new iPad has just been stuck right there. It's very responsive. There's no complaints here. Look how good the graphics are and everything. It works so well. Everything's controlled on here. So yeah, it looks lovely.
It's Google Maps. Let's be honest, Google Maps is the best infotainment type of system. It works. It just is really cool. I think that is the best. This is the best display in an electric car I've seen so far. I'm going to say why. So it's really big, it's crisp, it's clear. You've got your huge miles per hour speed here. You've got a button here that you can change so you can see your driving display and other cars around when you're using your auto cruise control or pilot. You've got a minimalistic option. On top of that, like the Scandinavian theme and culture they have, multifunctional. So Adam, if I press this button here, this is a great tip. I can turn on performance mode on and off. So I've basically got a drive mode on this button.
Can I just quote you on what you said? That's the best display you've seen in a car.
This driving display in an electric car is the best driving electric display in a car because of how visual it is and all of the different customization you can do. If I press this, I'm not finished, check this. If I press the up button, I can do my one pedal. I've got 3 options here, off, light and standard, and down at the bottom, a quick, when I press down, I can turn the sound to the speed limit warning sound on and off. Really quick, really cool. Not many people actually tell you about that, which is really cool. Something I've found playing around with the car.
That's lovely. These shortcuts here, really easy to turn on your bits and bobs and all your warnings. So that's very cool. Moving on to the middle then. Look at this center console. You're gonna love it or hate it. It's very minimalist, isn't it? I'm not 100% on this color, is for me, but you know, you'll have to let me know what you think. But it's quite high up. I wouldn't say it's the most practical. In here you've got 2 cup holders and then this sort of brushed metal effect. And this wheel doesn't really do that much. It only does your radio with your volume. You've got a nice wireless phone charger there as well. But yeah, there's no controls on your vents or anything like that.
No, I know what you mean about this. This would be nice if it had a little clicker. But it is nice they've got a volume button there. Again, it would be nice to see multifunctional. You've got some space underneath the center console.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of space under there actually, which is pretty good to see. And then in here you've got a couple of USB-Cs as well, just so you know where they are. Moving on to materials then, talk to me about those.
Our materials are really fab, aren't they? I mean, you've got soft touch materials up here on top of the door. You've got this material, premium feel material here. Again, the door arms are soft. They got a very lovely bit of gear.
It just feels like they've made an effort in every aspect of this car. Everything's been well thought through, and it all just makes sense, doesn't it?
I've got to say, you can't say gold or what, you can't say orange or yellow. You've got to be Swedish gold. So this
Swedish
is
gold.
Swedish gold. That's gold. That's the term.
So that is orange or yellow though.
We'll discuss it in the comments. It's marketing spiel, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I do have to say, what I really love, is the fact that they've got this. Check this out. How cool is this? So you've got different light themes for your ambient lighting. So at night time this will look better, but you can choose from Neptune, the sun, Adam's anus, Venus, Earth. So no other company or brand.
Oh,
look.
It's a Polestar 6.
It's an Easter egg. But no other brand has like a theme. They don't have, you've got horror or action, like linking it to movies or any type of theme. But Polestar have thought, and there's something really cool about space, isn't there? So I like that.
I like the planet theme. Nice big sunroof as well. That is really cool to see.
This car has multi-facets. What is great is, because you've got that all-wheel drive, that performance, when you put your foot down, so much grip, but when you want to just relax, you can drop it back into range mode, decouple that front axle, suspension's feel is in standard, and I've got the steering on light, and it's a completely different car, like refined, quiet, relaxing, and you just see those little difference you notice hitting those potholes, the lumps and bumps, still really well controlled, just a little bit more comfortable, and it's just a different beast. Like when you've come out of the firm suspension and the steering. I really love the weight, to be fair. I think a lot of cars can get the weight wrong of a steering wheel, but because it's a performance car, I expect a good stiff one. And with this, when you put it in firm, really good, really engaging because of that stability you feel with the weight of the wheel. So that is fantastic. A fantastic way into a Polestar 4, I think, is leasing. And at the moment, I found a lease deal for £309 per month. I know, for a 65 grand car. I'll put a link in the description below. It's a 2-year deal. It's 5,000 miles per annum, I know, but you can put the miles up if you need to. And it's 3.7k, so £3,700 down as a payment, upfront payment. But for £309, come on, that is ridiculous. Or you've got to find equity, if you're doing a PCP deal, to find 65k. So if you want all this tech and this alternative, different vehicle, I think leasing is probably your best bet. Let me know what you think. Okay, let's check out the camera quality. You can see here our display, and what I have noticed, I wonder if I get close, it does say in centimeters. If you do get close to anything, because obviously you've got no rear window, if you do get close to something, an object, it should come up with some centimeters. Nah, it's not going to do it because there's no object, it's just a curb. But just take my word from it. If you do go close to an object or another car, it will tell you in centimeters how far you are away from that object. Again, that's really handy. Now, it's been rocky for Polestar, but their future, they're all in. They're targeting 30 to 35% annual sales growth through 2027. Next up is the Polestar 5, a sleek 4-seat Grand Tourer. Plus, they've got the Polestar 7, a compact SUV built in Europe on a new unified platform. They're also launching Polestar Energy to make home charging smarter and cheaper, driving toward a truly holistic EV brand. Okay, we're in performance mode. Give it a blast. Way! As soon as you lift off as well, and you're in that one pedal drive, and it's brilliant. It's a great feeling it harvest back. And wow, this is such a fun car. I've got it in the firm steering feel. I think the weight is fabulous, really good. And it's really direct, it's really responsive. A couple of buttholes, not as bad as I thought, considering I'm in the firm mode on the car. Coming up to a car in front of me now, but oh my, this is, wow, so much grip. And when you put your foot down, all-wheel drive just engages. Even if you're in range mode, if you put your foot down, plant it, that will turn on all-wheel drive mode, and it's great for traction as well, for a snowy day or whatnot when you need it. But so taut and flat and planted, and yeah, the performance is great. It's an engaging drive. It kind of makes you just want more and more and more. And I keep running out of B roads. And I keep saying to Adam, he's in the back. I'm like, navigate me another B road. I want to put it back into performance and play with the steering. It's really good. It really is like top tier. Okay, let's do a launch. Everything in sport, performance, go. Whoa, Billy! Oh my goodness me. That. That's quick. I reckon that's quicker than 3.7 seconds. They're definitely sandbagging their numbers. That was rapid. Everything in performance. Oh my goodness, that was good. That's a proper headbanger. You're right in the back, Adam. So we've got 34.7 kilowatt hour per 100 miles. That equates into 2.88 miles per kilowatt hour. 94 kilowatt hour battery, that gives you a realistic range of 270 miles. Is that enough for you? Okay, let's talk about the temperature controls and the vents. So you can't actually, there's no manual knobs or sliders to use. You have to do it through the infotainment and move the airflow here, which we've seen before in other infotainments as well. But when you're going along, it's pretty tricky. I probably would recommend doing it before you set off on your journey, just so you can have your vents where you want them. And then down here at the bottom, you've got your plus and minus for your temperature controls and seats and heated steering wheel, but it looks like. But it would be good, again, for this incredible team at Polestar to be able to somehow put it into the steering controls. Maybe they have, and I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but it would be good if you could literally put it into your steering control. If you put it into the steering wheel and you did plus and minus, I reckon that'd be really good. I've seen that in cars work for temperature controls, moving up and down. I don't think there's any fast cuts or shortcuts to get it to work. So yeah, I think that could be hard to begin with, and then obviously when you live with a car, like anything, you kind of get used to it. One thing I've noticed in the Polestar 4 is on this little button here, you've got two little lines on the right side of your steering wheel and then a little return arrow. If you hit that, you've got a number of options: adjustments, trip information, range value, and speed unit. Obviously you're going to keep that on miles per hour if you're in the UK, but you've got an option to do kilometers. Anyway, what I want to talk about is range value. I've never seen this before. I've got two options: estimated dynamic, which gives me 228 miles in 86% state of charge battery. But if I click standard certified, that jumps up by about 50 miles. And it says 268 miles. So which is which? Is this standard certified, what you get on the claimed range? You can choose. So I find that really interesting that you can literally choose what range value you want. Do I go for estimated dynamic, which is a lot less? 228. But yeah, I've never seen that on an electric car before, where you've got two different options to show your range.
Right, let's wrap up this video and give you our final verdict. Now, me personally, I do really like the car. It drives very well. All of the little fine details and the quality are very good. There's not that much to moan about. Ollie, what do you think? Would you have one?
I love this, especially in those lease deals we spoke about. £308 a month for this. I love the tech. I love the look. It's stylish. It's edgy. It's very alternative, isn't it? But let me know what you think about the Polestar 4 in the comments. What would you have over the Polestar 4? That's what I want to know. As always, throw us a like if you like the episode, get a sub to Car Chat TV, and we will see you on the next one.
If you've made it this far, thank you ever so much for watching. I've just popped up 2 more videos on your screen that you also may like. If you do watch one, let me know what you think.